Hey everybody, it's Valerie, and now let's jump into GoBrunch. Today we're going to demonstrate how to build a new room. Well, first thing you need to do is you need to log into your account. There we go. Don't be copying my password there. Okay, just for a moment, let me just show you real quickly. Here's the base screen right here, where you can create new screens. Then you have my spaces. Let's hop into my virtual office just for a moment. Notice that you'll be seated automatically. I like to go ahead and just move over to my chair. Okay, so noticing here that this chat box kind of covers up this chair and can kind of interfere with the experience. So what I like to do is just not put a circle in that chair. And as you build your rooms, you're going to want to remember, you know how like at a convention center, like there's a pole in the room that has a bad view? You have to look around. Well, this little chat box is kind of there, so you have to deal with that. Okay, let's close it for right now. Okay, so down here are all of your master controls, showing if your microphone is on and actually choosing which microphone you want to use, and speakers. Now notice that there's a little tiny red dot right there, and if you click on it that way, the little selections will stay active. Same thing about the circle cam. If I hit that, and you're not looking at me this morning, it would fill up the circle. Or camera is more of a rectangular kind of zoom experience, boring. This is where you can share your screen. This is where you can record. Be sure and hit the record button as soon as you open up your room. Here's the My View. And notice that we're in the dynamic mode. Let me show you the presentation mode just real quick. This is where you would list everybody that's here. Hello, everybody. Let's go back to dynamic mode. Okay, if you have to reconnect, this one's really fun. This is like a little polling. So let's do a reaction here. So I've asked a question, so everybody goes to reactions, and they go, yay, that was so cool. And then you can just click on that to get rid of your poll. Or if you'd like to get super crazy, it'd be like, yay, good morning. And again, too, click on it and it goes away. All right. Then we have the room sound, and as the presenter, it won't mute your mic, but you can stop hearing everybody jibber-jabbing around. But you're the only one that can do this. Then if you want to upload or download files, you can just add them right here. Let's find a quick little file to upload. There we go. All right, so I've got my little file. And now you could download this text file if I enabled it. There we go. All right. Oops, my view, sorry. And then my profile. So once everybody is in, if you say, hey, if you don't like what you look like, choose your own picture, and then my picture is right there. That's one automatically for me. Or you can go back and you can choose another picture to be. This is where you put in your title and your company name, and then just click update. Okay, now let's look at the attendees. If we had them, they would show up here, and notice that I'm allowing all circle cams and all mics, and you can do an individual search too as the host. All right, this is leftover text, and so what you just need to do is you just need to hit trash and get rid of the old public text and close that chat box. Okay. Now this room, the room settings, okay, we don't want to change the date or the layout, but this is where you can change your URL. So when it creates a URL for you, it's a bunch of little mumbo jumbo numbers. And so you can actually go in and you can type in your own custom URL. This is Valerie Miller Office. And then that becomes your URL. Notice, like right up here. Open world permissions is meaning that your site or your room is open to everybody in the GoBrunch universe. No thanks. This is where you can add on-demand videos. Really easy to do. You just click, you choose on your computer which video you want to upload, and then you click on here to place it. You can actually move that video wherever you want it to be in the space. It's really nice. I like it. So let's say that you had a meeting room. You're having a meeting, and then you had some breakout rooms, and you said, hey, I want you to go to your breakout rooms. I want you to watch this video, and then as a team, complete your activities and come back to our meeting room. So that would be one application of that. This is where you can change the background and do editing in your room. And I'm not going to do that here, but just notice it's like a little remote control. This is adding circles, changing circle colors, adding images. That's what I did right here to add my painting. You can add navigation to your room. This is just a one room, but if I wanted to do that, and I'll show you an example of that, then you can duplicate. So if you wanted to have more circles, you could do that. You can rotate like a picture around. You can delete a circle or an object. This is bring to the front. So if something is kind of behind something. This is, I love this, the undo or redo. This changes the canvas height, this space right here of your room. If you want to add audio or video or more into the room, so if I wanted to have a little mood music, I could add that in the background here. This is where you change the actual background of the room. If you want to add some text, and then here's the text style. Once you've made your changes, just save, or since I'm not doing anything, I'm just going to close it. Yes, that's fine. Okay. And if this room was connected to other rooms, then you can just do all rooms and it would show you all the different rooms. Okay. Now we are kind of finished here looking at my virtual office. So let's talk about creating a room. Okay. So very easy to do. You can choose from meeting, the co-working space, classroom, event, webinar, showcase, traditional meetings, and you can have meeting rooms that accommodate 2 to 4 people up to 200 people. Let's go ahead and let's just open another classroom. Okay, so name your classroom. Let's be real original. And then hit next. Now here's where you are going to say, is this going to happen now or is it going to happen at a specific time? If you say now, then how long do you want the classroom to, the duration of the classroom to last for the meeting? Now the classroom is there, but for this meeting specifically. So you go anywhere from 30 minutes to 5 hours. If I'm doing a 30-minute presentation, I always do like an hour and a half, simply because if we have a Q&A session, it goes over a little bit, that's fine. GoBrunch is not going to kick you out of the system, but this just kind of helps them on their administrative end. Now, if you say, oh, I don't know, this isn't really what I wanted, here's your safety out, the back button. Now, if you're going to have a upcoming event, what's the specific time? So, all right. So you just go in here and you look at your calendar and you go, okay, I want that for, let's do it for the 10th. And what time? Let's do it for 11:30 a.m. Okay. And this will be in your time. So I live in Central Time Zone, so this is 11:30 Central Time Zone. And then I'm just going to click next. Boom. And then how long do I expect this? Let's put it for an hour and a half. Now, do I want to add an extra security key? In my case, typically only the people that I want to attend are going to have access to the link. So I'm going to say no. But if you are publicly listing this, and then you only want certain people to go in, then you would want to add this key. Would you like to collect registration? Now, GoBrunch gathers their name, email, title, and company from your attendees, but they do not do that to solicit business from them. So that's like a really important thing. But again, too, I kind of already know who I've invited, so I'm just going to say no. And how many breakout rooms would you like? Let's just go ahead and add 2, but if you're not quite sure how many you want to add, no big deal. Now, it automatically sent you to choose your room layout. So, at the top are the rooms that are configured for smaller numbers, and notice that they'll have like a little title, and then they'll tell you how many seats are in it. As you progress down, there's more options for larger rooms, like a meeting room. And here's something that I've talked to Richard about, and it's just my preference. Notice how these people are seated upright in their seats, and these people are like, their seats are like in the butts of seats. I don't really care for this one. So unless I choose a big room, well, I guess I could do like that. I typically choose having people seated upright, but it's just your preference, okay? Now, let's choose this is a virtual office that I've actually used before. So let's choose this one. And so notice it's highlighted, and then I'm just going to click to create. Wow, how quick that was, right? And here's our classroom. All right, remember we had said that this event was going to start on Friday. Okay, fine, that's fine. And again, too, find your seat. Okay, I'll be the teacher here. Okay. Notice that these seats are covered up. So let's change the room configuration so that there's nobody seated back there. Okay, so let's go to this room. Let's go to the background editor, and let's click on this seat, and let's delete it. How hard was that? Oh, really difficult. Okay. But let's add another seat or two, or maybe it could be just some standing room people. Okay, so let's say, hey, and that guy's kind of seated looking that way, but that's okay. So let's add some more people in the room. Okay, so I'm going to click on this one there, and then I'm going to duplicate. We'll just put these people kind of standing room only right here. Okay. Duplicate. Duplicate. How easy was that? Okay, that's great. Now, let's say that these people are in the timeout. Okay, so let's change the color. Okay, and they're in timeout. So let's make it this blue color. You're in timeout, so you have to be there. And then instead of me coloring those, each one of them, I can just duplicate. There's the timeout room. If you're teachers, you know what timeout means. Or if you've been in timeout, you know what it means. Okay, well, you know what? Everybody in here really is good, so we don't need to do that. We'll just delete the timeout room. Okay, we don't really have anything to bring to the front, so no big deal. Let's add an image. See what kind of crap. Oh, we'll put Cha-Cha, my dog, in there. Okay. She'll be the room mascot. Ooh, she's too big though. So let's just put Cha-Cha in here. We'll put her right there. Okay. Now, see how this looks kind of goofy because, you know, Cha-Cha's picture is right there, but not on the wall. But, okay. You see how that's kind of weird? But, okay. Okay. That's why I like the rooms configured the other way. Okay, let's see. Rotate. Well, we can rotate Cha-Cha. There we go. Okay. There we go. You know what, Cha-Cha, I don't really want you in this room after all. We'll just delete Cha-Cha from the room. Okay. Okay, the canvas height, we're not going to mess with that, but you can. And then you can add audio and video into here. And then, of course, we can change the background and we can add text. After you're finished doing whatever you want to in your room, you can save it. Boom. I'm adding sound effects there. And now the room has been changed with the new observers in there. And notice that the chat is not covering up anybody. Yay, we did the good thing there. Okay, now let's go take a quick look at some of the other rooms that I've created just for you to take a peek at. You know, you can do so much with GoBrunch. In 2024, I'm going to be adding a conference center. So if you can imagine, here you are in the lobby of the conference center. And there's going to be a little marquee that would have, hey, click here to go to level 1, level 2. So like for exhibits, for keynote speakers, for sessions. And what a cool interface this is. Okay. All right. And I actually have my own photography gallery. So welcome to the Texas Hill Country Gallery. Here's my docent here. And notice that I have the immediate seated areas. And then let's go to the main gallery. So that's where you put the button in. Now, what would be fun, and the reason that I configured it this way, is that you could have a virtual wine and cheese party. And welcome to the gallery. Let me tell you about when I photographed the blue moon, or let me tell you about the story behind the misty morning, or the fire in the sky sunset. So you can have such fun events. You don't have to be teaching. You don't have to be doing that. You can actually have get-togethers online. Okay, so this kind of concludes our tour of the GoBrunch, and you got to see a little bit of what's going on. I love GoBrunch. It is my go-to webinar system, and I have it in my calendar. So when you set up an appointment with me, you will go to my virtual office and we'll chat. Appreciate y'all. Have a great day.